Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you a really tasty dish. It's going to be a side dish for our dinner this evening, and it's going to be portobello mushrooms. These are nice big portobello mushroom caps. I have 6 of them, and they're going to be stuffed with bacon and breadcrumbs and delicious things. Oh man, so bacon stuffed portobello mushrooms, okay? That's where we're going. First things first, I have like 2 slices of bacon, and I'm just cutting them into smaller pieces before I throw them into my pan. My pan has been preheated already, and we're just ready to get things going. You just want to crisp up your bacon because you're going to crumble it into the beautiful, beautiful stuffing that we're going to get made here. So I cut it into smaller pieces just so they're easier to flip in my pan. And they cook a little bit faster as well than the giant pieces. Now you can use 2 to 3 slices of bacon depending on what you want. If you want it a little more bacony, go ahead, whatever. I use the 2 little weird pieces of bacon. You know, sometimes you get weird shaped ones, or they're all piled on top of each other at the end of your bacon package. So those are the ones I'm using for this, since they're just going to be crumbled up anyway. Okay, let's get going with assembling the stuffing for this, okay? Getting it started. Now I have about 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs. You can use cracker crumbs or any combination of the above, whatever you like to use, okay? It's about 3/4 of a cup, I think. I'm eyeballing this and we're hoping for the best today. I'm going to use some Parmesan cheese just to give me some of that salty flavor I want, as well as a nice little texture and nice flavor. About a tablespoon, I think that's good. Next thing's next. This is going to be made alongside a really great mushroom crusted pork loin roast. That's in the oven right now. So what I used was some mushroom dust, okay? I took dried mushrooms, I pulverized them in my spice grinder or my food processor, and I have a little bit left of that. So I'm using about another tablespoon of mushroom dust. If you don't have mushroom dust, that's okay. And you don't want to make it, that's okay. Just use a little bit more crumbs. Just mix that up with your hands a little bit. And I'm going to season it up with some gorgeous freshly cracked black pepper. I love cracked black pepper and like everything. Put a bunch. Tiny bit of cayenne pepper. That's like our staple around this house. We love cayenne. And I'm not going to put any salt in here because I just put a whole bunch of Parmesan cheese, and Parmesan cheese is very salty and it's unnecessary. Plus, we have the bacon crisping up, and bacon is quite salty. So that's going to add that salt to our dish. Okay, now we're just waiting on this bacon to crisp up. And I guess we'll see you then. All right, my bacon is crispy. I'm going to take these little bacon bits and I'm going to drain them on some paper towels and let them just, you know, cool off a bit so I'm able to crumble them up nicely.
Perfectly done.
I did put another piece in there. I have 3 pieces in here. I think that's sufficient. So I would say to do, if you have 8 mushroom caps, put 4 slices of bacon. You know, 6 caps, use 3 slices, etc., etc. Use half. Now, don't get rid of this bacon fat because we might put a little bit in here into the stuffing just to moisten it slightly. And drain them off. We'll be right back. Okay, my bacon is cooled, and I'm just going to crisp it up into this stuffing, the breadcrumb mixture. All of it, all of it. It should be really easy to break up at this point because it should be nice and cool and totally nice and crispy. Bacon and mushrooms are such a nice combination. Can't wait. So toss that bacon in. Now, into my stuffing, I'm also going to add just a little bit of bacon fat. You can add a little bit of olive oil if you want to. I just want to get it moist and somewhat sticking together, like how you would with cheesecake crumb bottom, the graham cracker. You just want it a little bit moist, like a little bit like wet sand, right? This is cooled off a little bit so that I can actually handle it, and I'm just going to work that in with my fingers. If you need a little bit more, just add a little tiny bit more, a little bit at a time. You could use melted butter for this, which would be also nice. Again, or the olive oil. It's just a little bit more. Now, that's more the consistency I'm looking for. A little bit like wet sand. So, this is what I have left. If you want to at this point, you can also add a little bit of shredded mozzarella cheese or cheddar cheese. That'd be nice too. But today, we're not doing that. In place of the bacon, you can also use sausage, or you could use pepperoni, or you could use ground beef, whatever the heck you want. Whatever you have on hand. Next thing's next. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees already because I have my pork roast in there. And I'm just spraying this little pan up. I'm I'm going to lay these on the pan and the plate. I'm going to drizzle these portobellos with just a little bit of olive oil on top, just inside the gills. You want the gill side up. Stuff those. Lovely. Just a drizzle. I'm also going to put a little bit more pepper on top of these, season underneath. And now I'm going to pack these. Now, you're going to take a nice little handful and you're just going to put them on top. Make sure that that whole top is covered. Now, your mushrooms have a lot of moisture in them, and it's going to lend that moisture to the breadcrumb mixture, and it's going to keep everything all nice together. Do it over top of your bowl so that any excess that falls off, you can still use.
That's going to be delicious.
Oh, it's going to be
Really,
tasty.
really good. We've been cooking all afternoon, so I had to have a little sit down for a while.
I might have
doesn't that look nice?
I might have to take a little bit away.
That's okay.
It's okay. Even it all out, man.
Yes.
I did put quite a bit on these. You have to eyeball. That's what happens. Don't be scared. So what if that happens? Big deal. You take it off, you lose a little bit more, whatever.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, that should be plenty for all of us.
And these portobellos, you know, they have the texture of meat. It's almost like having another meat dish.
They're very meaty. They're very meaty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that down there. And just go like that.
Yeah.
I think I have just enough stuffing.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
That was a good estimation.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Okay.
They're going to be just really, really good.
Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to take about 15 minutes, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes and then check them. Pretty par for the course, right? All right, into the oven they go. Okay, my mushrooms have been in the oven for about 20 minutes. I put just a little bit of liquid at the bottom. I put some tea. You could put water or even wine if you wanted to. Just a little bit. And this is what they look like right now. They're kind of browned up. They're a little bit crispy. But I'm going to just top them with a little bit of mozzarella cheese. And then I'm going to broil it and finish them off. The mushrooms are already cooked through, nice and tender. Just eyeball this. I'm not going to give you an absolute amount. I'm just going to top it with cheese, whatever you got to use. That's it. I don't need a lot. I just need some to top. So as we finish our meal, our potatoes need to broil up for 10 more minutes before we eat. So in that instance, we're going to put these guys in with the potatoes. Our meat is almost done. We're about another 10 minutes away from that being done, and we'll take it out and let it rest while we finish up these last two dishes, and we're ready to eat. You can use any kind of cheese you like. If you want to use Monterey Jack, if you want to use cheddar, if you want to use mozzarella, whatever, whatever. Yep, you could even use feta. Nice. All right, they're all topped up and ready to go. You're gonna broil those in the oven until they're just bubbling and turning a little bit golden. All right, everything's pretty much ready. We have our potatoes back in the oven for the rest of our meal. If you haven't checked out the recipe, make sure you do so. The potatoes went in the oven. They're gonna broil for the last 10 minutes. Exact same thing I need to do to my mushrooms, and they're only gonna take a couple minutes. So they'll probably take maybe 4 minutes, I would say, to get all bubbly and brown. If it's not, then put it back in for another minute, but watch it carefully under the broiler when it's high, okay? Because it will go really, really quickly. You'll be so surprised, and you'll be really mad that you burnt everything that you've worked so hard for.
Sometimes it's best if you move the rack just a little bit lower. It won't be as intense heat, and it won't just burn so quickly.
It's a little more forgiving.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I have a little bit of liquid still in here. Not like it really matters at this point. It's only going to be a couple minutes under that broiler. Get it bubbly and beautiful. Okay. The mushrooms are done. They are bubbly. They're a little bit golden on the top.
Look at that.
Look at that. Perfect. That's what I wanted. They look like cheeseburgers, don't they?
Yes,
With melted
they do.
cheese.
And wouldn't they be great for like a tailgate party too?
Absolutely. And you know what? That would be good on a sandwich.
Oh, sure.
It's like a mushroom sandwich.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You and me are gonna try this one here. What one? This one right here.
Okay.
Because it looks so delicious. Oh yeah. Move this out the way a little bit, Mommy.
I don't want you to burn yourself.
No,
on
man.
that.
It's nice and hot. How's that texture?
Good.
Yeah? It's nice and moist, moistened up.
Yeah.
That cheese just kept everything together.
Mmm. Mmm. You know, you could make a sandwich out of that.
That's nice. That's really nice. The bacon is nice and crispy in here, nice, and there's enough pieces all through there. The cheese on the top just melts everything together so beautifully. It's nice and spicy.
And the mushroom itself undergoes such a transformation. It's so delicious.
Oh, and it's so moist. The key is adding just a little bit of that liquid to the pan.
Oh yeah.
Because if you leave them in that long, it was like 20 minutes plus the broiling time, right? Those mushrooms tend to sometimes get dried out underneath, and then when you're slicing, you have that nice tender mushroom and then like a harder skin on the outside of the bottom of the mushroom.
This is just perfect.
Yes, ma'am. So good.
Perfectly cooked.
Oh, heavens. Anyhow, this is a winning dinner. Our potatoes were awesome. You're gonna have to check out that show to see how they tasted. And we're about to slice up this pork roast and we're about to eat. So make sure you check out how to make this. This is a fabulous recipe for bacon stuffed portobello mushrooms. I'll show this to you one more time. Because you want this
on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Beautiful.
Man, that'd be great.
And great appetizer.
Yeah.
You know, even for a cocktail party, people can pick that up and whatever. It's a good one.
Great.
I love them. Anyhow, make sure you check out Mom's website at ingridturnertoday.com. Follow me on Twitter at cookingwithkim, with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly and youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. And my site is cookingwithkimberly.com. That's it. That's all. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good combo.
Oh, that's so good.